Knows Best.
Hi, friends, and welcome back to Brenna Knows Best. I'm your host, Brenna Berg. Hi, how are you guys? Happy Monday. Hi, friends. Happy Monday. I hope you had the best weekend ever, and I'm so excited to get into the stories. So let's just get into it, shall we? Number one comes from the relationship advice subreddit, and here goes nothing. Wife, 55 female, does not want me, 55 male, to attend a music festival. Do we need marriage counseling over this, even though our relationship has been great? Here's the deal. I'm 55 male, married to 55 female. Our kids are grown and out of the house, and we are financially secure. I've been wanting to go to a particular music festival in my home state for a few years now. I've never even been to a music festival, but it's been calling me, so I've been asking my wife if I can attend for the last 3 years. Number one, this man is 55 years old and he's never been to a music festival. That's sad. Even though music festivals really aren't my jam. I mean, I love music. I would love Stagecoach because I'm a country music bitch. It would be fun, but like the standing outside around a bunch of drunk people and people on drugs. The problem is other people. If I could just go and I didn't have to deal with all of the semantics of other people, that would be amazing. I would love it. Same for concerts. Like, I want a seat. I don't want people too close. I don't want to be in the like middle of a pit where there's drunk people and people on drugs around me. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, he's never been to one at 55. And also, I've been asking my wife if I can attend for the last 3 years. Why are you asking your wife for permission to go to a music festival? I think that you should always run things past your partner, of course. But like that verbiage, ask for permission, is kind of crazy. Like if I wanted to go to a music festival, I would say, hey, babe, do you want to come? Right, to Carter? And if he said no, that's okay, but I'm gonna go. You guys are financially secure. Okay, anywho, let's keep going. She cannot attend because she's a high school principal and therefore cannot take any days off around graduation. She does not want to attend any music festival anyway, by the way. Oh my gosh, do you think he wants to go to Coachella? Because Coachella just happened and it's April, which is close to graduation. This 55-year-old man is dying to go to Coachella. I get it. That's fine. They have some great headliners, but it's not funny, but like, the major population at Coachella demographic, I should say, is like, probably 18 to 30-year-olds, but to each their own. I think that anybody should go to a music festival if they want to. Okay. Each year, she has not allowed me to go. Is she your fucking keeper? Like, I don't really understand. I think a lot of people don't remember that relationships and marriages are partnerships, not ownership. She doesn't own you. She has not allowed me to go. I hate everything about that, but okay. She says she's worried I will make a poor decision under the influence that will ruin our marriage. I do not drink alcohol, but I do smoke weed and use psychedelics. I'm so sorry. Something about a 50-year-old doing weed, smoking weed and using psychedelics. Again, Brenna, keep your judgment. I am a judgmental bitch. I really don't deeply care, but I think that is wild. You're 55 years old and you like to partake in psychedelics. Well, here's the thing. You've never been to a music festival. Like, when are you using psychedelics then? Like, isn't that when people do that? Like, what other things are you? Okay, Brenna, shut the fuck up and just keep going. She says young women wearing virtually nothing will be running around and I'm putting myself in a bad situation. This is something that maybe like a 19-year-old girl and her 19-year-old boyfriend would be like fighting about. This is something that like a young, not as confident, a little bit insecure type of gal would be like fretting about. When you like worry about the stupidest bullshit, you're like, oh my God, you're going out to the bars like there's girls. They're 50 years old. What are we talking about? Here's the thing. I've never cheated or given her any reason not to trust me. I've explained exactly why I want to go. Community, adventure of going solo and meeting people, etc. But she simply does not understand why I want to attend. She thinks there must be something wrong with our marriage because I want to go so badly. She constantly asks me, "What are you looking for? What's missing for you?" It's a fucking music festival! It's a music festival. I mean, what? Like, if the concern is really about, like, him. See, what? I'm not understanding what the issue is. And he's never done anything to make her not trust him. That's kind of crazy. Girl, he just wants to go to a music festival and, enjoy a new experience. It's like 3 days long, maybe. What's the issue? Okay. I do everything for her. We recently sold our house and moved into another, much more expensive house, which I was strongly against, but eventually I caved and went along with her. I fill her gas tank, take her car to get serviced, do all her dishes, and worship her. Our sex life is fantastic. I feel unseen, unheard, and hurt that she doesn't trust me after all of these years, yet she remains strongly dug in against my attendance at the festival. Yeah, what the fuck? That's so weird. If everything that he's saying is correct and he's like a devoted husband, like something has to be amiss, or she's just like very insecure still. Because like, if you are really like, I just imagine me and Carter right now, like if Carter was dying to go to a music festival, which he wouldn't be because that's so not his scene. Like he would go with me, but not by himself. I'm like strongly opposed to people. He's like 100 times more. Like he does not want to be at a music festival around a bunch of people who are drunk and on drugs. But like that would never be a concern in our relationship. Like I would never stop Carter from doing something like that. Now, like if it's going to a strip club, that is a little bit different in my opinion. A festival where everybody's just there to enjoy music, and yeah, of course there are girls that like dress up and like in bikinis and so on and so forth, but like who gives a shit? Oh my gosh, Carter and I just went to Breakaway Dallas the other weekend. There were so many girls, which it was crazy because it was freezing. It was so cold outside and these girls are like in virtually nothing, and I'm like, are you not literally dying? They had to be so cold. But like, am I worried that Carter's gonna see these girls, or like what are we talking about? We need to gain a little more confidence than that. And like I hate to bring it there, and if you're a girl out there who like is uncomfortable with your man just like seeing, like I gotten comments before of girls, and I think they were on the younger end, but like a girl literally messaged me like saying that she didn't like when shows or movies had like sex scenes or like a scene where a woman is naked. It's just like, I'm sorry, what are we talking about? Like, what are we actually talking about? Anywho, like, I don't know. I just don't get it, I guess. But like, maybe if I were younger and more insecure, that would make me feel uncomfortable, because I think you're just not sure of yourself yet. But like, as right now, I'm 27. Like, if Carter were gonna go to a music festival by himself, like, okay, that's fine. They're in their 50s, and like weed and psychedelics, I'm no drug expert by any means, they don't make you act like irrationally. Like, and here is the other thing, even alcohol, like it is the person. If a man is going to cheat, like, yeah, alcohol might make it way more like open to doing so, but like that man or that person would have already had to have that idea in their head. Like that's a character flaw. Like alcohol is not making somebody cheat, you know what I mean? But especially weed and psychedelics, like don't they just make you, psychedelics for sure just like make you, I don't know, enjoy the experience more. Like it's not making you act irrationally. You might act weird because of what you're seeing, right? Or hearing. I'm not a freaking drug expert. And weed also, like now that I've tried the little gummies that I've told you guys about on, I'm sure, a Friday episode, it just makes you like, I don't know, more loose, more relaxed. Like if there's no reason for her not to trust him, I don't really understand the big deal. Yesterday, she finally said I could go, but only if I don't take any psychedelics and just smoke weed. Fine, no problem there. I just want to go. I've never been promiscuous or lacking judgment, even under the influence of mushrooms, but whatever. I agreed to her conditions. I then immediately went online and bought my ticket and camping pass. Yay! Oh my gosh, this poor man. Like, why is she so controlling? And also, in that paragraph, we didn't really discuss this before. We recently sold our house and moved into another much more expensive house, which I was strongly against. Like, it sounds like she wears the pants and kind of controls him in every aspect, which is not good. And I'm starting to see a theme here. Like, she just must tell him this and that and the other. But like, it sounds though like one thing to me, like, if you have a good sex life, I feel like that is like one of the star indicators that it's a good marriage. You know what I mean? Like, the older people that I know that are having sex are in great marriages. You know what I mean? Because for women especially, like, when you know, kind of despise your partner or like aren't really feeling them or are annoyed with them, like, you do not want to have sex with them. So like, the fact that their sex life is great, especially at 55, tells me that like there must be like good stuff happening. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I feel like for women, like, I've been in relationships before where I'm like displeased, like we're just having issues, or like I don't know what the thing is, and like you do not want to have sex with them. You know what I'm saying? And therefore, like, if people are having sex, I feel like, of course, sex is just sex, but like if it's a good sex life, I feel like that's a good indicator that like the relationship is good and healthy. So like, I'm a little bit confused because she sounds really controlling, but like, he does everything for her. Like, she shouldn't have a single reason to complain. But maybe there's just kind of like, I get it. Like, some women like just really do have like deep seated insecurities, and therefore like maybe that's just showing. I don't know. It just seems kind of weird because they're 50 and they have children. They've been together. That means like if their children are grown and out of the house, the kids are at least 22 years old. So they've been married for minimum 25 years, if not more. Like, I just can't imagine, because I'm so secure in my relationship with Carter right now, like literally right now at 27, and we've been together for 2 years. In 25 years, I can't even imagine, like, unless something were to happen, but like knowing how we are, things are going to be amazing. Like, I will only be more and more secure. So that kind of like gives me pause a little bit. Like, I feel like, I don't know. That's so weird. But anyhow. Fast forward to her getting home yesterday evening, and she states plainly that she doesn't want me to go regardless if I only smoke weed. She rehashed the whole, I don't understand why you want to go so badly. What's wrong with our relationship that makes you want to go? And she also asked, what will I tell my family and friends when they ask where I am? I am beside myself here. I already bought the ticket, $700, no refunds, and I understand they will begin mailing the tickets out next week. I'm beginning to resent her over this, and I feel that my insistence on wanting to go will negatively impact our marriage. The scary part is that I seem to care less and less. I am just really upset that she doesn't understand me, and worse, that she doesn't trust me. It's almost less about the festival at this point. I just feel like I'm being pushed around because she doesn't understand me and doesn't trust me. Look, I know this isn't worth destroying my marriage over, and I know I should probably just try and sell my ticket, if that's even possible at this point, but this whole thing has left me with such a bad taste in my mouth. Maybe some of you will suggest marriage counseling, which may not be a bad idea, even though everything was great until this conflict. Sorry for writing a book here. I'm just really bummed. No, here's the thing. You're not destroying your marriage, and that's what happens in, like, whether it's the man or the woman, like when you constantly roll over, like, no, you need to put your foot down. Like, you need to say, I'm going to this music festival. And if she has an issue with that, yeah, maybe go to marriage counseling, but like, she needs to do the work. Like, he's not really doing anything wrong here. And like, it's similar to last week. And a lot of these things, like, I was going to use the example, which is obviously a little bit different, when we were talking about the Easter egg baskets and like 20-year-old children still wanting their mom to make an Easter egg basket. It's like, on one hand, Can the mom make the Easter egg basket? Sure, right? It's just a fucking Easter egg basket. But then on the flip side, it's like, it's just a fucking Easter egg basket. Like, tell the kid no. Like, it goes both ways. So, like, that's the thing. Yes, can he roll over? Like, totally. Like, it's just a music festival. But the same thing goes for her. Like, it's just a music festival. Like, nothing's happening. I don't understand how she's like equating him wanting to go to a music festival as like there being something wrong in their relationship. Like, it's an experience. He just wants to go. It's like going to a hockey game. It's like going to a NASCAR race. It's like going on a trip to Europe. Like, what are we talking about? Nothing is missing from your relationship. And I also think that it is really important that you also do things outside of your relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should go and do things, whether it's with friends, whether it's by yourself. Like, I don't understand how we got from here to there. And like, I feel really bad. And I'm feeling like this is probably a theme in his relationship, similar to how he said with the house, that they got this bigger, more expensive house because she wanted it. And he does everything for her, which on one hand, like, is amazing. And I think like a strong masculine man will do. But like, also, what are you able to do? Like, I don't think you should keep tally, and like, relationships are give and take, but like, they are give and take. Like, you also should be able to do the things that you want to do. Now, and again, if a partner is shitty, like, I was going to make the comparison, like if he were a shitty partner and didn't do anything and like so on, so forth, not to say that it's still okay. Like, I never think it's okay to not allow your partner to do something, but like, I would maybe be more, you know, swayed and like say that there's something underlying and like maybe he had cheated or maybe there was a reason not to trust him or so on and so forth, which again, I think you should not be with that person. Like, if you live a life where there was cheating involved and now every single aspect of your life is dictated by this because you're constantly in a fear state, like you're constantly in a state of fear that your partner is going to cheat or do something like that, that's no way to live. Like, I think you're better off not with that person and letting them go do what they're going to do. And that's why I think you should just never stay with the cheater. But this man has never done anything, or so he says, to make her not trust him. So what the fuck is the big deal? No, I think he should keep the tickets. I think he puts his foot down. And I think they might just need marriage counseling in general to deal with like wherever or like whatever this insecurity is that is brought from her. Like, why she is acting this way, but like, he is not doing anything wrong, in my opinion. He is not gone for the past 3 years to obey her wishes strictly because she said so. Like, if that's not a good husband, I don't know what is. And that's crazy. I would also begin to resent her. Like, and it has nothing to do with the music festival. Like, at this point, he's 55 years old and he's never gone. Like, on one hand, yeah, I would be itching more and more to go if you've been dying to go, but it's like, he's never gone. Like, he doesn't know what it tastes like. Like, at this point, he's like, yeah, I don't need to go. It's fine. I've never gone. I'm 55 years old. But it's like, that's so sad. And like, wouldn't you want your husband to like experience the things that he wants to do? Like, if my partner at 55 years old wanted to do something that he's never done before, I'm going to encourage it. Even if it's like life threatening. Like, if Carter at 55 is dying to jump out of a plane, like, I would be a little bit scared. I mean, I've done it. I've jumped out of a plane, but like something like that, that's like maybe potentially dangerous. Like, I'm still going to encourage him to do things that he wants to do. I don't know. Yeah, she's in the wrong completely. You might just need marriage counseling to get through that, but I don't think that he should not go. That's so sad. I think he just needs to sit down with her and say, I hear you. I love you. I understand that for whatever reason, this is like a fear of yours and this is invoking like some sort of feelings inside of you, but you can trust me. I've never done anything for you not to trust me, and I really want to go, and I'm going to go. I think he just needs to put his foot down, and that's that, which sucks because nobody wants to like disobey, so to speak, their partner, but I fear that he has no other option. Like, he needs to go. I'm on his side, and she needs to chill the fuck out. Okay, next. Okay, this next story, you guys, is just for a little laugh. Okay, the title is My wife, 32 female, expects me, 31 male, to share my salary, but refuses to share hers. I said this to Carter and I said, I'm not understanding what the issue is here. But I felt like maybe this would still be good to talk about. We're just going to run through it. It's pretty short. We've been in a relationship for 8 years and married for 4. Recently, my wife found out that my salary increased and she became furious that I didn't tell her earlier. I understand where she's coming from and why it may have felt like I was keeping something from her. The thing is, she's never shared her salary with me. And when I've asked in the past, she says a wife doesn't need to tell her husband how much she makes, but a husband should be open about it. Queen. She believes it's only the husband's duty to share financial details. That's actually fucking crazy though. All jokes aside, I don't agree with her at all. To me, this doesn't feel fair. I believe transparency should go both ways in a marriage. I'm not against sharing my income with her. In fact, I want us to be open about our finances, but it's hard to be fully open when it feels so one-sided. The fact that y'all, this is what happens when you don't join bank accounts, and maybe you don't need to join them completely. Again, I'm not here, but the fact that these two are married and he literally doesn't know her salary, like you guys are not a married team. You're not even a couple. Like that is so fucking odd to me when people talk about splitting finances and splitting rent 50-50 and his money and her money. It's so fucking weird to me. Why are you married? Like, actually, why are you married? Because like he doesn't know her salary. You've been together for 8 years and you don't know, like, how do you even make goals together financially? Like, how are you guys investing? How are you saving for a house? Like, how are you doing? It's just, I don't understand. Like, I think we've lost like what marriage is. Like, why did you get married? Actually, why did you get married? Because you may as well stay in a relationship. Like, I'm not really understanding why. Oh, it does like bother me so much because it's so fucking weird. You're telling me that you're married and you don't talk about finances together as one. I think that's so odd. And that is my opinion. And if you are that way, I apologize, but I am judging because like, what? Like, actually, what is the reason to get married? You can just stay in a relationship. You don't have to get married. I don't know. Anywho, I've tried bringing this up, but the conversation quickly turns into her accusing me of lying or hiding money. It's become a pattern over time. Whenever I express my feelings or try to set boundaries, I'm met with blame or suspicion. I'm feeling emotionally drained and unsure how to continue in this kind of dynamic. I want a fair and trusting relationship, but right now I feel stuck. Has anyone else dealt with this kind of situation? How do you navigate financial transparency when one partner has different expectations about roles and finances? You should have talked about this before you got married. Point blank, period. Like, how did you not have these conversations before you got married? How did you even pay for your wedding? Like, I can't. And I know that I have a big audience of young girls. And if you are a young girl, like, I really hope I am setting a good example. And like, I know that there's a lot of blurred lines with feminism and so on and so forth, but you have to have these conversations. You are marrying this person. There should not be one secret, not one singular secret about your health, about your finances, about this, that, or the other. Like, if you are marrying someone, they should know every single detail about you and your life, in my opinion. Like, what are we actually talking about? No, I've never dealt with that because I'm not a fucking idiot. And we talk about finances before we get married. Hello? Anywho, next. Okay. Oh, I thought this was like such an interesting story that we've never really talked about anything like this. Okay. Am I the asshole for not telling my boyfriend about his daughter starting her period and giving her Midol? I, 29 female, have a boyfriend, 34 male. He has an 11-year-old daughter with his ex. He usually only has his daughter 3 weekends a month during the school year, but his ex is currently on vacation in Japan, so his daughter has been with him for the past 2 weeks. The weather has been really warming up where we live, and one of my friends opened her pool for the year this weekend. My boyfriend's daughter loves swimming. I told her on Thursday that we could go swimming on Saturday, and she was ecstatic. Saturday rolls around and she stayed in bed all morning looking miserable. My boyfriend took her temp and she didn't have a fever. She just told him she doesn't feel like going anywhere and asked to be left alone. It didn't seem like she was sick, and she had been so excited about swimming earlier in the week, so I knocked on her door later in the day, Saturday, to ask her if something happened at school that upset her or if there is anything going on she wants to talk about. She initially told me no, but she was tearing up. Then she made me promise not to tell her dad, which I agreed to. She told me she had started her period and was in a lot of pain and was using toilet paper as a makeshift pad. Even with my assurances that starting your period is nothing to be embarrassed about, she still didn't want me to tell her dad. I ran to the store to get her some different pad options, a heating pad, and some chocolate. As promised, I didn't tell her dad. I just said that I was running to the store to grab some snacks for his daughter and myself. His daughter continued to have bad cramps even with the heating pad, so I gave her 2 Midol tablets. About 90 minutes later, she was feeling a lot better. I then gave her 2 additional Midol tablets when she woke up the next morning still with cramps. Okay, really quickly, this girl sounds like a gem. If you know, I had a single dad growing up, and I remember when I got my period for the first time, I was doing just this. I didn't tell my dad. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have a mom to go to. I didn't even have a girl to go to. If I would have had a woman that was there, because it's so embarrassing for no good reason. It's like scary. You don't really know what's going on. Like, you probably feel like shit. Like, there's just so much happening. And for this girl to just like secretly do all this for her. Now, I understand already where this is going to come into play. He's going to find out, and the medication, which I don't know what the side effects of Midol are. I've actually never taken it. I've never taken anything other than like ibuprofen. And if that's where his concern is, I could maybe understand, because you do want to be cautious of like giving children medicine, but it's also like, okay, it's not going to harm her. I imagine the girl like read the directions. Let's keep going. But I feel like this girl is being so sweet and like not telling her dad. Like, I think it's so important with children that, of course, if like there's like self-harm or something dangerous happening, you need to tell people. But like something like this, like she asked her not to tell, and I think it's so important not to break that promise with a child, because the second you break that trust, they'll never talk to you again. And I think it's way more important that they feel comfortable and safe with you. And I feel like this girl is like being so sweet. My boyfriend's ex returned from vacation late in the day on Sunday. His daughter had no issues with her mom knowing about her starting her period, and if she had been in town, his daughter would have called her. The only reason I got involved is because her mom wasn't there and she didn't want her dad to know. I knew his daughter would tell her mom once she was back, so it was just a day and a half of me helping and not telling my boyfriend. I figured if his daughter's mom thought my boyfriend should know, then her mom should be the one to tell him, as I made a promise to his daughter not to tell. I agree. I fully am in support of this girl. This morning, my boyfriend's ex told my boyfriend what happened, and he called me after speaking to her. He's furious with me for not telling him about what he called a medical condition and for giving his daughter over-the-counter medications without his approval. I told him I wanted his daughter to be able to trust me, so she will be comfortable coming to me in the future with things that she might be embarrassed to tell her dad about. I also told him that if there was something going on that required medical attention, I absolutely would have told him, but this was just her starting her period. He's still pissed, mainly about me giving her the Midol. I don't think I'm the asshole here, but I also have no kids of my own and am starting to doubt myself because maybe from the perspective of people who are parents, I really messed up in this situation. I also don't have children, obviously, but I don't think she's in the wrong at all. Like, she's 11 years old. I think the Midol is fine. Obviously, read the instructions, and maybe it's not supposed to be given to kids. Maybe she could have given her like a children's Tylenol or something, but like, she's okay. And here's the thing, him calling it a medical condition tells me everything that I need to know about what a man thinks a period is. Like, so many men are so unaware and have no idea like what it's like starting your period. Obviously, they don't know what it's like to like be on your period or start it, but they also are so clueless with everything surrounding it. It's not a medical condition. Every single woman has a period and starts it when they're 11, 12, 13, whatever age. I don't think she's the asshole at all. And I think that's fair. Like, the mom told him and it's fine, but like, don't blow that up and like, don't, that's crazy that he's mad at you. He honestly, like, I'm thinking if I were him, I would be honestly so tickled pink and like so proud that that's my girlfriend, that she was like such a good caretaker to my daughter that I had no clue. I could understand maybe like being hurt that he just like had no idea that that happened. And it is such a big moment. It is and it isn't. Like, it's kind of a big moment in the moment, but like now looking back, like I barely remember starting my period. Like, it just kind of happened, you know? And I think sometimes we make it a bigger deal. And do you guys know how many girls have a story where their dad like made jokes about it and make you so much more uncomfortable? Like, this is far better than those. I know so many girls who like their dad would make a joke and like think it's funny, but when you're 11 years old or 12 or 13, you're like a teen, you're so awkward. You don't even know what it's like. It's so new to you. It's so uncomfortable. It's embarrassing. And then your dad says something stupid or like makes you feel like maybe scared. Like, if he would have like reacted kind of crazy, like, you don't want to scare your child. Like, it's normal. It's okay. Like, the fact that she was there and kept it under like the cover and like low key, I think is like the best experience a young girl could have. Like, I think if we have a daughter and like my daughter gets her period, like, of course I would tell Carter in private, but I'd be like, you don't fucking say a thing. Like, do not, like, she doesn't like, no girl wants to like talk to their dad about that. Like, again, I had a single dad. Like, I remember going through it and I was kind of scared and I was embarrassed and I didn't really know what to do. And then my cousin Lauren, when I went up to the farm in the summertime, helped me. Like, I asked, or maybe like, I don't remember how it came to be, but like, she explained to me how to use a tampon. And like, still, that was even embarrassing. And she was like, my older sister, like, you're just experiencing something for the first time that you know nothing about, really. Like, you're 11 years old, 12 years old. Like, you have no idea. You just feel all of these feelings and it's like so embarrassing for whatever reason. So I feel like the girl did everything that she should have. And I think she is not in the wrong at all. And I think that's so sweet of her to help and not tell the boyfriend and like keep the secret. Like, deal with your shitty boyfriend. Like, just explain to him. And I don't want to say that he's shitty because I think men just like are so oblivious when it comes to these sort of things. Like, they really have no idea like what a period fucking is. But just explain like kind of what it's like to be a girl and like going through that. And I think you could maybe help explain. But if he's still being an asshole, like, that's crazy that he's mad at you. Like, that's a crazy response. But I think like I'm gonna, side on, or like err on the side of like, he's just ignorant. Like, he just doesn't really know like what that's like, obviously. And therefore he just needs to be explained that like what it's like and that like you did the best thing for her and like she's fine. The Midol didn't hurt her. It's awkward. Like, if she wants to talk to her dad about it, she will. Odds are she won't want to. And like, that's fine. Like, we don't need, it's fine. You were there. Thank God. And that's that. I don't think, no, the girl is not in the wrong at all. Those are my thoughts. Next. Y'all, I'm so sorry. Like, for whatever reason, I feel like I'm going in and out of it. Like, I almost feel like I'm gonna pass out. I'm not really sure what's like happening to me right now. I like restarted this a million times, this like whole episode, and I could maybe film tomorrow, but I kind of just like need to get this done so I can edit it. But like, I feel all over the place right now. I apologize if my energy is not the same as normal, but let's keep going. Okay, right along to the next story. My in-laws are trying to take $25,000 from my fiance, and I told him he needs to stand up for himself. Me, 24 female, and my fiance, 26 male, are at a tough spot in our relationship because his parents want to take $25,000 of his inheritance money from his great aunt / godmother he was very close with growing up. So for the backstory, when his great aunt passed away last March, she left him with about $50,000. Last year, his parents had a conversation with him about how the money was going to get distributed without me there, and they basically told him he needs to give them $30,000. I don't even know how they convinced him to do that, but they did. Please keep in mind that his aunt also left them a bunch of money, and they are very wealthy even without it. Both of his parents' parents are wealthy. His dad wanted $15,000 at a time so that he wouldn't get taxed more on the money. So without me knowing, my fiance gave him the $15,000 last year. That's crazy. How are you as parents, especially well-off parents, going to take money from your child? I'm sorry. What? And also, shame on your husband. I don't know when you guys got married, but he needs to speak to you about this. Again, going back to the finance issue, this is what happens also. Like, y'all's money is y'all's money. Like, if something were to happen to me and Carter, if my parents were asking for money or his parents, that's a conversation we're having together because it's our money. Oi, 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 oi. Over the holidays, we were fighting with his parents because we have 2 little children and they would not keep his brother's very unstable and dangerous dog that has tried to bite my kids multiple times away from them. Please keep this in mind. This was an ongoing issue for years, and they do not like boundaries or any criticism, and they love to be in control. Anyway, we had to have a talk about the dog issue, and in my opinion, the conversation wasn't really any good. We got no apology, except when my mother-in-law noticed that her son didn't really want to talk to her anymore, and she only apologized specifically to him, asking me not to be there because she just wanted him back in her life. If she was really sorry, she would have apologized to me too. These are the in-laws from hell. What do you mean she apologized to him and not you and wants her son back in her life but not you? Weird fucking behavior. Me and my fiance had a conversation while all the dog chaos was going on that if his dad asked for the other $15,000, he would tell them no. There's no way that they're getting it, and he should have never gave them the first $15,000 in the first place. Well, on Good Friday, his dad secretly pulled him over in the garage to have a conversation while we were celebrating our niece's birthday at their house. His dad told him that he needs the other $10,000, and he's trying to play it off like he's letting us keep $5,000 as a wedding present. Keep in mind that we are getting married in literally a month and trying to pay for a wedding, and that this money is in my fiance's name. His parents told him that the bank made a mistake and the money was only supposed to go to my fiance if my fiance's dad passed away, and since he didn't pass away yet, it's technically his money and it needs to go to him. I think that this is a lie. I think they're extremely manipulative people, and I don't think think banks make mistakes like that. No, they don't. And what's in the will is in the will. And again, if they actually have even a little bit of money, who the fuck is trying to take that much money from their child, especially when trying to plan a wedding? And why is your husband giving it to them? That is the other problem. Your husband needs a backbone. Like, for real, I'm sorry. If I get money, that shit's never leaving my hands. If I were given $50,000, I'm not letting that shit out of my sight, or I'm putting it somewhere so I literally cannot give it up. I'm putting it in a private account. I'm putting it on a down payment of a home. Sorry, I don't have that money anymore. What the fuck? His parents sound like terrible people. So my fiance agreed to this without me there and then hid it from me for 3 days because he was scared I would break up with him. Let me make this clear. It's not so much about the money, but the bigger picture that my fiance cannot stand up to his parents and clearly never will. I feel like I will always be second to what they want, even though he doesn't even like them. It feels like he cares about their respect more. I told him that I'm not going to fight over money that's not mine, but this is ridiculous. Yes, exactly. That is the bigger issue. I thought about breaking off the wedding, but I really do want to marry him. I love him so much. It's just, it feels like he's never going to be able to put our family first, and I'm always going to be second to what his parents want, even if he knows it's not right. And he hid this from me. I don't know what to do. He hasn't signed anything or given them the money yet. Oy, 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 oy. Yeah, I don't know what you do, but like, if he doesn't start creating boundaries and putting a line in the sand, like, that is the thing. Like, are they going to come before you and your kids? I think they said they already have kids. Yeah, the whole dog situation. So you already have kids with this man. You're going to marry him. Like, you have to have serious conversations and maybe go to marriage counseling. And not that your marriage needs counseling, or just like a therapist in general to like help him create these boundaries. Of course, he's going to have to go. And it sounds like you're saying that he kind of gets it. Like, you're saying that he, is bothered by them and like sees that they're annoying and overbearing, which, like, some people, like, there's a lot of men out there that are controlled by their parents and they don't even see it. Like, the fact that he's aware is a good sign. I think he just needs to be pushed over the edge, and I think you're gonna have to help him get there, because you can't live like that, like always coming second to his parents and like them just like being able to like take whatever they want from your husband. Absolutely not. My fiance's thoughts about this is that he thinks it's wrong of them to take the money, but he'd rather just keep the peace because they act fucking crazy when they're upset about something and are not getting their way. And he never wants to feel like he has to choose between me or them again. Honestly, I was kind of done with them after the whole dog thing. I'd be respectful, even though I don't respect them, but try to keep contact to a minimum. I didn't totally want to cut them out of our lives for my kids' sake, even though I don't care if I never see them again or not. I just feel like if he can't stand up to them over $25,000 that is his, he's never going to. It's also kind of a turnoff to me because I feel like it's weak. Advice needed. Oh, yeah, you really need to think about like marrying that man and like, yeah, him being able to stand up for not only himself, but you and your kids. Like $25,000, that's also money for your future. Like, again, I hate when things become about money because it is about the money, but it's not. It's about the deeper things. And like, his parents don't need the money and like, they're just manipulative. And like, that's fucking crazy. They obviously are gross people if they're just like taking that money from your husband. Like, that is, a simple fact in my opinion, because that's fucking crazy. But like, yeah, these are the things that like, no matter how much you love a person, you have to think long and hard about, because if he cannot stand up to them over something like that, which is like pretty major and it's his money, oh, I don't know what that looks like for other things, but like, you already have kids with this man. Like, I don't know. That's hard. I mean, you either, go to a therapist and get that taken care of ASAP, but like, his goal should not be to keep the peace. Like, they're the ones disrupting things. And I feel like, Oh, yeah. And like, I hate that, I feel like you can't say these things anymore, but I completely agree. Like, it does make him look weak. And I feel like a man who like can't stand up for you is weak. And then you like aren't that attracted to them. Like, oh, wait, this is like kind of unrelated, but I remember like the guy I dated in the past, he had mental health issues, and that's a different, situation. But like, he would kind of spiral and like literally cry because like there definitely was like depression or bipolar, and then things would be fine, and then he would want to have sex, but I'd like just consoled him, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but like I'm not really that attracted to you right now. And it's not that I wasn't attracted, but it's like I'm not like really that turned on when you were literally just crying. Like, I think that's just kind of an innate like woman biological thing. Like, I wasn't trying to be mean, but literally I'm like, I'm not turned on right now. I'm sorry. Like, you were literally just crying about God knows what. Like, not that his feelings weren't valid and it was mental health, but like still my feelings are my feelings. Like, I didn't want to just have sex. You know what I mean? Like, you're not turned on by a man who like isn't masculine and who can't stand up for you and like stand up to his parents. Yeah, that's so bad. Well, you have to take a good hard look at that, and like that's going to be your life. Like, there's constantly going to be something. His parents are going to be there trying to like fiddle into your life, and that's just something you need to decide if you're willing to put up with or not. Okay, next. And this will be the last story. Okay, am I the asshole for having a dry wedding and not advertising it? Also, for yelling at in-laws since they demanded it. I got married about a month ago, and we were able to go on a 3-week honeymoon in Europe, so this was my first week back at work. This was possible because my wife's family paid for the whole wedding, so we were able to use what my parents planned to contribute for the honeymoon, and then combine all we had saved with all the gift money as a down payment on a house. The only catch is that my wife's family are from an anti-alcohol religion. Not only did they say that they would only pay for a dry wedding, but would only even come to New York from Utah for that. Okay, Mormons, I see you. My wife was leaving the religion as we met in college and is fully out now. To their credit, the parents haven't excommunicated her, but whenever we are out there to visit, we fully have to play the part. No drinking, no cursing, church on Sunday, and I sleep on the couch. It's crazy that it says, to their credit, the parents haven't excommunicated her, because it's so fucking normal for these hyper-religious people to excommunicate their family members who left the religion. That in and of itself is fucking crazy, and why I can't stand behind it. Like, literally, if you are religious, like, isn't it just like everybody loves everybody, even if they are no longer your religion? Like, it happens so commonly that he said, to their credit, they didn't excommunicate her. That's fucking bonkers. But anyways, let's keep going. I'm not a raging drinker and didn't want to get wasted at my wedding anyway. Plus, my parents got them to at least allow champagne for toasts. My parents paid for that. We didn't feel it necessary to mention this on the invites, but apparently having an alcohol-free wedding in New York requires notification. Our reception was at the same place as the ceremony, so as the bride and I are about to enter, we're in the hallway and I see my coworker and her husband making for an exit, and we ask where they're going as we're about to enter. My coworker was at a loss of words, but the husband straight up said, heading out, kind of in bad taste, not to mention a wedding is dry on the invite. Oh! They're literally walking out before the reception because there's no alcohol. They shouldn't have been there in the first place. I understand, and yeah, maybe it should be advertised, but if literally you're only going to a wedding to get alcohol. See, this is like, there's so many things that are fucked up about weddings. The fact that you have people there only there for alcohol because they're not there to celebrate your love, or else they would sit there. Are you fucking, that's just like so crazy. Like, what odd behavior. Now, we didn't particularly care that these two were leaving, but my wife was worried if But my wife was worried if it was a sign of things to come. She was right. And not only was more than half of the wedding gone before the cake, but other people expressed their displeasure as well. So there's two conflicts. First, my father-in-law made a comment about how disrespectful everyone leaving was and that my friends and family reflect poorly on me. I snapped and said it was because of the cult bullshit I agreed to follow and that he should know going forward that my wife and I will not be conforming to any of his standards. And if he wants to keep seeing us, expect me to drink and speak the way I actually do in real life and never even attempt to ask me about church. He said I'm way out of line since he can't curse and stormed off. Secondly, when I returned to work, I told the first coworker her husband was extremely rude and I didn't want to remain friends outside of work. Another coworker who stayed longer at the wedding jumped in to take her side, saying it was shitty I didn't mention it being a dry wedding as I knew people would RSVP no and that he definitely would have, even though he agreed the husband shouldn't have been so blunt. I told him that we can be strictly work moving forward as well. Am I the asshole for all of this? Well, here's the thing. You should have maybe not snapped at the father-in-law for like people leaving. I don't think the father-in-law is necessarily wrong. Like it does reflect poorly if multiple people were leaving because there wasn't, I guess if it was just before the dance, but like, is that why people are there to drink? Like, I guess in my opinion, if I went to a wedding, and I guess this is like strictly biased because I don't drink, so that wouldn't bother me, but like I would still be respectful and like be there and dance. Like you need alcohol there. Like, yeah, should it have and could it have been on the invite? Sure. Like, of course, whatever. Like, yes, if you are not putting it on there because you want more people to RSVP, yes, that's fucked up. Because here's the thing with weddings, whether you want to have a dry wedding, whether you want to have a destination wedding, whatever the thing is, like, you know that these things might make people not want to come, but that's fine. Like, that is what throwing a party is. You are hosting a party and you put all the details on there. That way people can make an educated decision if they want to come or not. And if they don't want to come because it's a dry wedding, then fuck them, and that's fine. Like, let them not come. But like, I don't know if he intentionally did that, but that's crazy to leave. Like, you're only there for the alcohol. That's like honestly so sad. Like, I would go, if I'm going to a wedding, I'm gonna go there even if I don't dance, even if like it's not really my crowd. You're gonna stay, or at least stay for a little bit, like a respectful amount of time. I don't know. Yeah, but that's also crazy for the father-in-law to like say that as well. Like, it reflects poorly, but I understand what he's saying because that is crazy. If people were leaving so early, like it doesn't look good. Like, those people obviously don't give a shit about you and your wife, honestly, which like you shouldn't have invited them in the first place. Like, if that is how they're going to act, not saying that you knew, but these people clearly aren't that close to you. However, it is like you agreed to have the wedding as a dry wedding. That way they would pay for it. So like him lashing out on him is out of line because you agreed to that. You didn't have to agree to that, but you were being greedy. No offense. Like, I'm not saying like I would have maybe done the same thing. However, if you're a person who deeply like likes to drink and isn't religious, and like, why would you let your wedding be dictated by those people? I get it, weddings are expensive. I go back and forth because I understand like weddings are so expensive, but like getting upset with him after the fact, which again, the father-in-law is like kind of out of line. Like, even if you feel that way, he didn't need to say that. But number two, like, you did agree to that, so to freak out. But also, yeah, I'm not sure the protocol, like you should have probably put dry wedding on somewhere, the wedding website, but damn, I feel like I don't know where you go from here. Yeah, well, those coworkers I feel like wouldn't be good friends anyways if like that's literally they left because it was dry. So losing those friends is like fine. I get it, you work with them and it might be awkward. And the father-in-law, like them just being hyper religious like that, like there are already some like definitely, you know, weird feelings around that probably before the wedding. Therefore, I feel like, I don't know, maybe just go low contact. But damn, yeah, I mean, you're kind of the, like, it was asshole-ish of the father to like attack him like that and say that at their wedding. But like, this is why if you want a wedding and you want it to be you don't make a deal with the devil and have strings attached, because then you don't get to have the wedding that you want. Which again, if like you were fine with that, like if Carter's parents, because they're also Mormon, came to us and were like, we'll pay for a wedding but no alcohol, we would say yes, because we don't even want to drink regardless. Like that would already be something we probably would do at our own wedding. But like if you like to drink and then that's like a culture of your friends and like you want to have a fun wedding, like don't sign the deal with the devil, or then like don't have the wedding, or like do a reception or something. Like here's the thing, so many people think that there's only one way to have a wedding. There's so many ways. You can do whatever the fuck you want. But yeah, it kind of just sours the whole thing. I hope that they had a good honeymoon. I'm glad that they got to go on a 3-week honeymoon and then have a down payment on a house. That's incredible. But like, yeah, you kind of made things a little murky with everybody. But those are my thoughts on that. Here's the thing. Yes, if you're going to have a wedding, do whatever the fuck you want to do. And also know that if you're gonna have a dry wedding or something that's like not the norm, just know that some people, aren't gonna come, but that's okay. And that's their right. Like it's shitty of those people to have left like in the middle of the fucking thing. But like if they wouldn't have come in the first place, like that's okay. And that's normal. And like you can't be mad at people for choosing not to come because a wedding is a certain way. Like that's just how it is. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. I apologize if this episode was a little bit weird. I feel a little bit weird, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next week will be better than ever. We'll have some good stories. Please leave your write-ins. Thank you so much for being here as always. And I'll see you guys on Friday. Okay. Have a great week. Bye, guys.